Your love is like radiant diamonds bursting inside us. We cannot contain. Your love will surely come by.
Hi, I'm Father Ken Zach, pastor of St. Rose of Lima Catholic Church in Massapequa, New York. On the 22nd of November 2015, Camp Christ, St. Rose Parish, and our CYO came together to sponsor a very special day, beginning at Mass with Father Brian Barr.
We decide to go against our conscience. What we know in our gut is right. And what do when you're sort of in the middle of that tug of war? If God is really our God, if God really is the most important thing to us, then you do what's right. And pretty much this is what Jesus says. Pilate, there's two kingdoms. There's God's kingdom and there's the world's kingdom. I bow before God's kingdom. The Olympics are not a joke. The Olympics are important. And competing for gold medal, that's even more important. But you know when it's not more important then? Your wife or your baby. The people in your life. You bow before them than you do a gold medal. And maybe you say, well, hey, I want to try and go for both. Absolutely. We go for both. But when it becomes one or the other, what comes first? Who comes first? What kingdom do I really buy into?
The day continued with a basketball camp for our youth, headed by two former New York Knicks stars, Charles Oakley and Herb Williams. After the great instruction, lunch was provided for our athletes by Anthony's Coal-Fired Pizza and ended with an inspirational talk on family, faith, and sports by New York Yankees manager Joe Girardi.
James chapter 1, verses 2 and 3, because you know the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Well, my faith has been tested my whole life. At a young age, I didn't always know it. That's what was happening. But my first real trial came when I was 13 years old. My mother was diagnosed with cancer and given 3 to 6 months to live. My mother had a strong faith. She lived 6 years. And I'm convinced she made it 6 years because she had hope and she had strength in Jesus. Is sometimes people look at professional athletes or people that are really successful in life and say, man, what I wouldn't do to be him. But everyone goes through trials and tribulations. Education was number one in our household. If you didn't get good grades, you couldn't play sports and you got grounded. So I went to Northwestern, signed after my senior year. I played in my hometown, lived with my father, making $700 a month. And it hits me. Why am I playing? I go to my girlfriend, Kim. She said, you're playing baseball because God gave you a gift. And that gift will be your platform to share his gospel one day. She was right. I went back and continued to play and eventually worked my way up to the Chicago Cubs. I was tested again. I was with the Cubs for 4 years, and that was all I dreamed about being. And I got traded to New York, and I was miserable. They made fun of me on the radio. I was teased. I had to fight for everything I had. And I was fired from Marlins after winning Manager of the Year. Now imagine that. But that's what made me who I am today, those events. Why do I tell you all these things? Because really, the only person that you could ever count on 100% of the time to love you is God. If you don't think God has a hand in your life and has a place for you and thinks that you're special, you're crazy. Because I never could have drew this up so good. Because I would have quit. I would have been a Cub my whole life. I would have never won a World Series. I would have never managed the New York Yankees. You have to trust that he has a plan for you. It's hard for you kids to make the right choice. Make decisions that are based on where you want to be. Love, to me, is putting the other person first and being a servant. So I tell you, the one thing that I want you to work on is love the person next to you.
For many families, sports is a very important part of their weekend. Competition helps to enhance skills, is great exercise, and teaches good sportsmanship. But all too many families face the challenge of committing to their children's sports and trying to commit to the practice of their faith on Sundays. Mr. Girardi spoke very clearly about how living his faith in Jesus Christ helped him to face the challenges of baseball and life itself, and how being a disciple of Jesus helped form him both as an athlete and as a man. I hope that this short video helps everyone realize that living our faith and being involved in sports is not a matter of competition, but truly can be a complement to each other. Thank you for listening.